Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened, as I said it would. People will be... Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Your Football Show, and it's time for another watch-along. It's not watch-along, see what I mean? Is it me, or is this very cloudy? Very cloudy. It's very cloudy. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and, of course, hit that notification bell. Massively helps, right? We're here, to be honest, because we're on a bit of a mad one, right? And forgive me, because this is a little bit baseless, but, right, I've been on a little investigative mission, okay? And this is what I've come up with in here, right? I've gone and got me binoculars from back in the day, All Leeds TV, and big shout-outs. I've got the hat on as well, by the way. Big shout-out, Tash and the gang. As seen on Sky Sports, you know, when we got promoted and all that jazz. But I have a theory, yeah, I have a theory, and I'm going to bring it to you, and you can tell me if I'm chatting beans or if it has some sort of validity. I did want a magnifying glass, and my son has got one. I forgot what toy it was and why he's got one, but I did, and then I couldn't find it, and I thought, do you know what? I've got the binoculars, right? So this is where we're at. This is where we're at right now, okay? So, yeah, hell, it was, man. It was me. It was. I wish I was that tight with Bielsa. So the reason for putting this video live and to have chat about it was basically, we know the general rhetoric around Leeds United has been a case of having to wait for dominoes to fall. Yeah, playing 4D chess. Yeah, we're playing 4D chess, and we're waiting for dominoes to fall. Now, Burnley are a club that Leeds United have obviously spoken to. I was privileged to have heard. Again, this isn't ITK, but maybe take it with a pinch of salt, like everything you hear. But Leeds are required about centre-backs. Now, this person that relayed this information is pretty close to the Burnley scene. More, let me take these off. They're quite ever. I think they're like next gen fucking Call of Duty, I don't know, Modern Warfare 7 vibes. But they're quite close to the rumblings at the rumbles in the jungle when it comes to Burnley. Now, the reason I say this is because we're waiting for dominoes to fall. Yeah, this is where we're at. We're waiting for dominoes to fall. Let me just say as well, let me just put out there, Daniel Farke wants signings because we tried to sign a right back just 2 days ago. Yeah, Daniel Farke wants bodies in the door. Now, of course, they have to be the right fit, but he wants players here. You know what I mean? He wants them through the door. That's there for us all to see, right? Because he tried to sign a right back just the other day. We were beaten to him by Luton. God-awful player, by the way. So, probably live in London or something, won't he? Anyway, that's by the by. So, Graham Smith was speaking earlier. Let's not forget one of the first rumblings we heard about Ryan Giles that had any sort of validity was from Adam Pope, right? And Graham Smith's done an article earlier on, and he's mentioned a name in there that sort of we've looked at in the summer, but really not heard mentioned since. He did an article discussing the January transfer window and lack of movement, and how previous summers we've also seen these situations, but then the last month that changed. Now, how do I get these adverts on this bloody site? Are brutal. Baruto, go away. What's this? Lucky Cow Bingo it wants to show me. I can't show you that. But basically, in this article, the final paragraph, right? And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put the art because I'm not sharing it with you because of that stupid advert that's on the thing. But there you go. You can have a read of the article yourself. But basically, the final piece of the puzzle. It says this. This is the final paragraph, the ending gambit from Graham Smith. It says, an attempt to win the race for Japan international Daiki Hashioka was aborted over injury concerns. And while it makes sense to only bring in players who can play, an unsuccessful late window moves dial up the external panic, i.e. the panics from us. Now, what that and the interest in Charlie Taylor, Connor Roberts and Ben Godfrey show, though, is that at the start of the window's end, Leeds at least are trying, right? So where's that Charlie Taylor story come from? Apparently, I can see, big up. Came at the right time, haven't they? You wait for the meltdown, City. As he just tweeted it out. Let's have a look. Where? Oh, there we go. Southampton have agreed to loan David Brooks. Understand medical tests have been booked in on Tuesday for 26-year-old winner. Yeah, okay. Damn. I'm just tweeting my reaction to this. I genuinely thought he would be coming Leeds. This is the first one where I thought he was going to end up here. I'm not sure on the Benson stuff. I'm really not sure on the Benson stuff, but there you have it. David Brooks has now gone to Southampton, or is at least on his way, and medicals are booked for Tuesday. Maybe Leeds can move in there. I'm not too sure, but that one's a bit of a signal because, you know, for me, that's something or a player that I would have liked Leeds United to look at. But is it really one right at the top of our list right now? I would argue no, because obviously we've got right back and left back concerns. But yeah, I did think that Benson would rock up at Leeds. But I agree, you know, it's not a major concern right now. But basically, back to the Burnley chat. So, yeah, I've seen Stacia. Thank you. In terms of the article that Graham Smith puts together, he mentions Charlie Taylor. Right at the arse end of that article, along with Ben Godfrey and Connor Roberts. Now, it's been confirmed today that basically Burnley have signed a new player that plays in defence, okay? A new player by the name of Maxime Esteve. Probably hammered that name, yeah? Maxime Esteve, I believe his name is. Now, he's a French professional footballer who plays as centre-back for Montpellier. He started his career as a youth player, AS Canet, and then went to Montpellier and made his senior debut in 2021. Okay, he plays France under-20 and under-21 level, has decent pedigree. Okay, his main position is centre-back, right? But he can also play as a left-back and has also been deployed in defensive midfield as well. Okay, so although he's mainly played as centre-back, he has also occasionally played at left-back or as a defensive midfielder. So he played as at left-back, people, in a 2-1 win over Nice on the 18th of December, just gone. And has also played in defensive midfield in January against Lille, where they drew 1-0. So the reason that I'm talking about dominoes here is there's a player that can do similar to what Charlie Taylor can do at Burnley. Now, if you remember early parts of the season, Charlie Taylor had been deployed at centre-back for Burnley and has also played at left-back. Does this now free up a move or free up? I know it's not on Connor Roberts' side, but my point with this is, and maybe I am clutching at straws, and I want to know in the chat if I am, maybe it is a wild take, that I'm coming to this conclusion. I did think. Just let me mute that. I'm just quickly putting together a poll, just to see. Just 1 second. Sorry about this, folks. Right, I've put that in the chat. I want to know. Be genuine with me, right? Because again, there's nothing out there in terms of credible, like, sources right now. Yeah, sources right now that says we can go out and acquire what we need. Look, at the end of the day, just bear 1 second. I mean, Laura, I don't know if that would have any sort of bearing whatsoever on me as a human, but you've put you're gay. Okay. Thank you for that. But yeah. There you go. There you go. Is there anything wrong with that? Even if I was, I don't think there would be, would there? But yeah. You carry on with your homophobia, my love. Thank you very much, Laura. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. So basically, Esteve, I'm probably butchering his name, is being signed by Burnley. Okay. Now, does that then mean dominoes could fall, right? Could they fall? Now, again, let me just run through, after a little bit of investigation, yeah, cross transfer market, FB ref, footy stats, etc. It does say yes, his main position is a centre back, but he can also play as a left back. If you actually look at his heat map as well, you can see at his time Montpellier, you can see that he does definitely operate on the left hand side. Yeah, definitely operate on the left hand side. Now, of course, his main position, as I've mentioned to you, is a centre back. I don't know the depth of Burnley's centre back options. Maybe you could give me some more information on that, folks. Chat. But I just thought it was quite interesting that, of course, Leeds United were looking at players that are at Burnley. Now, of course, Connor Roberts, we know 100% is definitely one of them. But what was quite interesting is that Graham Smith, at the end of his YEP article, name-checked 3 players. Yeah? He name-checked Charlie Taylor, Connor Roberts, and Ben Godfrey. Okay? So, again, I can't see Leeds United getting Ben Godfrey. I can't see it happening, although I'd love him over all of them, because for me, he's a player that can play anywhere across the back four, which is great for us. But Charlie Taylor I'd love as well, because it's like, come home. Do you know what I mean? Okay, great. Thank you very much for getting involved, mate. So Turf Millhouse TV, Burnley FC fan channel, says, as a Burnley fan and fan channel, it wouldn't surprise me if you managed to prize someone like Connor Roberts from us. He's not getting in ahead of Vitinho right now. On Taylor, he'll stay with us. Okay. What are you like? Can you relate to me what you are like in the centre-back area as well? Because I think Leeds United may be looking at that as well, because we have issues at centre-back with Pascal Strout. Maybe... what's this? Sorry. I don't know what that means, Jano. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, no, let me know centre-back options as well. Because I know, is he, in your opinion, is Esteve, I'm butchering that name. Esteves. I'm going to call him Esteves. But is Esteves' acquisition purely seen as a centre-back, even though he can play in DM and has played at left-back previously in his history? Look, Louis, I agree with you, broski. I do, but we can't guarantee fitness, can we? Taylor's contract does run out as well, and that could be another reason as to why. So let us know. No, I don't listen. Benson's. I don't know, like if is going to happen anywhere, really, if I'm being totally honest. It's still not... The story from Romano is probably the first one where it's looked like they're actually moving. Do you know what I mean? Yes, Andrew. Big up to you, Andrew. See, this is what I was talking about earlier on. I spoke about you earlier on. Big up to you, Andrew, by the way. Yeah, I did meet you, miss. Was that your son as well? It was lovely to meet her. It's a shame you were at the shop, mate. In terms of walking the dogs, I walk them. I'm in Silksworth. Do you know where they're building the new houses? There's a track there, like a line. I walk them down there, mate. So if you ever walking your dogs, shoot over there and I'll see you. But yeah, centre backs is tough because we've got a few. We've got a few again. Oh, scrap that, he says. Come back to me. Let me know. But yeah, I just look. The only reason is the only reason why I wanted to discuss this, obviously, is first of all, there's hardly out there. So you know when you see them opinion pieces that we've shared on here, this is an opinion video. This isn't with any sort of like stories, but it's nice to chat in it. You know what I mean? Just your meet up dog walking show. Yeah, it's because that woman said earlier I'm gay. That's what I do. Anyway, we move. Brooks is a luxury, not a priority. Yes, exactly, Jamie. I agree with you. I did think we would get Brooks. I had this sneaky suspicion in the back of my mind that Brooks will land because maybe Southampton would get Benson and therefore Leeds were willing to wait. But now it looks like that they're going. Let's have a look. 2 points after you. I'm just looking through the comments. Jack's just said on Twitter, your deadline day stream is going to hit like crack. 0 incomings. Someone says, are we being left behind yet? No, I still don't think we are, so don't chill out. Yeah, what's this? What else has been said? Russ, David Brooks headed to Southampton on loan, straight loan, no obligation or no option. Bournemouth were reluctant to let him leave. However, the player was keen to make the switch, having started just 2 Premier League games this season. He wants minutes. Well, guess what? We can't give him that. There we go. Taylor has played centre-back, but since the return to the Prem has been solid at left-back. We do need cover there, which is why the Estev signing makes sense. Al Dakhil will be a decent loan signing, I do believe. Now, that's quite interesting because when I was told, again, we're decoding Burnley's secrets that could unlock the domino effect at Leeds United. Again, I just want to shout out my main man, Andrea Russo, if he is watching this. But as I said to you, I was told that Leeds United had acquired about centre-backs because Strauch was going to be out longer than first anticipated, okay? And I put this to Andrea and just said, look, this is what I've been told. We need to take this with a pinch of salt. And he mentioned some players. I'm just going through our WhatsApp chat now. Bear with us 1 second and I will find it. Sorry about the delay. There's a lot in there about players, as you would imagine, because them two are just absolute legends. But I'm trying to find it because he mentioned 3 players, and I want you to tell me about them. Just bear with us 1 minute. Where is it? Okay. Ekdal is one. Ekdal, Del Cruz, and maybe Al Dakhil. He actually mentioned him. That was yesterday, about 20 to 1. So Ekdal, Del Cruz, and maybe Al Dakhil. And you've just mentioned him there. Now, again, this isn't... I'm just relaying where my mind's at. Told you I've been investigating and all that jazz. In my mind, that is not actually coming from sources. I just thought it was quite interesting that Graham Smith mentioned a left-back. We know we want Connor Roberts. We know that, right? And there's also maybe rumblings, maybe rumblings that Leeds could be after another centre-back with what's happened with Strauch, so the fact that they have signed this guy, that they may release an option for us. Could that be Connor Roberts? Could it be Charlie Taylor? Or could it be someone like Al Dakhil or other names that I've just mentioned there as well? So I guess it's definitely one to watch. It's definitely one to watch. Just go back to the notifications to see if there's anything out there. 1 second. Chris says they're gone. Who are gone? Oh, a lot of people now think Southampton will be out of sight because they've signed David Brooks. Could well be. Could well be. You know, it might. Right, okay. So Ekdal alongside Bayer is starting centre back. So it's not going to be Ekdal. We're looking at maybe the fella you mentioned. Sorry, yeah. What was his name? That's Rudimer. Al Dakhil or Del Cro, Lacroix. It's like that's French player, isn't it? Del Cro, Lacroix, something like that. Anyway, like I say, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit the notification bell, and all that jazz. Now, what I am going to do as well, just while we're on, is just have a look at the latest transfer news. Of course, there's quite a lot of it that seems to be on Ben Godfrey, and it looks like Leeds United haven't give up, you know, the ghost for that, if you like. It still seems that one's one that Leeds United are still trying to entertain. And listen, we spoke about it before. It does feel very ambitious, and he's on a hell of a lot of money. If you check Capology, he's on 75 grand a week. It's a hell of a lot of money. Yeah, so I might be able to share this piece now, because this is the piece Graham Smith did, but on an aggregator site, which means we won't have to get all them adverts that are on the YEP. Okay, so here we go. So I'll share it with you. So this is from Motley News, but it's taken from the YEP article, and it means we don't have to do that. So writing on the YEP, the squad is, as it stands, being good enough to put them there or thereabouts, and there is little reason to believe they won't go to finish in the playoffs, which I think we all can guarantee that, regardless of January strengthening. So even if we didn't get anyone in, I think we can all agree we'll get top 6, but we want more than that, right? But there is expectation, both inside and outside Ellen Road, that this week we'll bring in 1 or 2 bits of incoming business for 2 reasons. Number 1, the squad is small. Number 2, it is creaking, i.e. they've got injuries. What he did go on to say in the rest of that article, which they haven't included in here, is when he then mentions 3 names, and then 3 names are Connor Roberts, Charlie Taylor, and Ben Godfrey. Imagine we got them all. I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? But yeah, there you go. So just a thing to think about, you know what I mean? And that's why I thought maybe dominoes will fall. And as we've come live, David Brooks has gone, but it looks like, like's been said, I don't think Leeds really want to entertain Benson, in all honesty. And you've also got David Brooks, who I would have liked, because he's a different profile of winger in terms of can play on the right but's left-footed, you know, which you know we could do with just something different, because Nonto hasn't been working out on the right, and maybe that means that, you know, you can then put him out on the left, as we've seen on Twitter, and Phil's done an article on it before. Just on Turf Morehouse TV, he did put back in the chat just a second ago as well, Al Dakhil needs some game time and toughening up, so the Championship and a club like Leeds who take the hard knocks will be a match made in heaven for me. So maybe that could be one we're definitely big up to Jimmy 1999 coming from Lee Gunner. That's hype, you know. Lee Gunner's the GOAT, man. Look at all this, man. Look at all this. Yo. Listen, while you're here, League Gunner Raid, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe if you're new as well. Please do that. Big up Early Doors TV. Lee Raid from top of the league. Big up to you all. Please do subscribe and stay around. I'm nearly at 27, so that'd be great. Man United fan here, but Lee Gunner is class. He's a good guy. What I'm going to do, because I always forget to do this as well, Lee Gunner and their viewers just joined. Say hello. That's what it says on the old tube of you. Legend. What I am going to do, because I always forget to do this, and I need to do it more, is redirect people from my stream. So let's see. We're not finished yet, by the way, but let me just see who's going to be live when I am. You know, because you can redirect to channels that you're subscribed to, and it's big up to Lee for doing that for me. What time is that one at? Football's 12th man at 8 p.m. It's almost too early, but we'll put that on. Big up to Highbury's local badger, who said just subscribe, thumbs up, bro. Thank you very much. Big up to you all as well. It's great to see 615 here. I love that. So smash a like on the video if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back to the Premier League soon as well. So yeah, stick around. Someone's just said there, yeah, look, we all thought the dominoes were falling for us. Turns out it's Southampton. Yeah. Look, the Benson stuff, I don't think will happen. Anyway, pay your rent, hit the like, yeah. Big up to Early Doors Football TV. That means a lot, you know, just coming over, raiding and all that sort of stuff. So big up Oliver Carville as well. Yeah, we're on 26,642, so we're getting closer to that 27k mark. Stephen Flood says, "What's up, Joe? I hope the 49ers prove me wrong and we can get someone." They will, you know. Graham Smith said in his article there, you know, that basically Leeds inside the club and outside of the club think that we will get deals done. So don't sweat it, man. Honestly, I'm still not concerned. I get why people are annoyed about Brooks, but yeah. Anyway, let's get back to some other stuff that's breaking. Obviously, this came from the Daily Mail this morning. I've not actually seen the article, but it came from Wacko, and now it's been reported elsewhere that Leeds United wanted to loan Alessandro Zaniolo, but now he's moved to Salernitana. He's gone now from Napoli. It's quite interesting because, of course, the GOAT, Andrea, reshared his fullbacks list that Leeds United should have looked at, and he was on that list. So big up to my man, Andrea. Let's just keep through the rest of the news. Big up to the new people who've just subbed as well. Yeah, 200 members, you know. Wow. It's insane, you know. 200 members. So big up to you all. Benson is being tapped up by Southampton. His agent is friends with the COO, but my understanding is after the Teller stuff last year, we don't want to deal with him. There you go. Deal with us then, innit? Although I don't think we need Benson. But we could do with Charlie. We could do with, you know, Ekdal, although the other guy, I keep forgetting his name. It's Rudimer, so I'm going to remember it again. Al-Dakhil, and we definitely could do with Connor Roberts. Definitely could do with Connor Roberts. Let's have a look what else has been said. Obviously, we know about Hjelde. Again, I'm not too asked on Hjelde. There's a lot of people saying he's amazing and all that, but not from what I'm seeing. But yeah, big up to Early Doors Football TV. Make sure you welcome the newcomers all the way from Lee Gunner, the GOAT. Confirmed Ipswich Town beat Leeds United to attacking target with 24 G&A this season. I don't think we were genuinely really had legs to it, but Ali Al-Hamadi has signed for Ipswich. Great signing by all accounts. I don't know enough, but his G&A tells you that. And from hearing what Lockie have said and the response to people on Twitter that I value their opinion, this is a top-level signing for Ipswich. Obviously, they lost Hurst as well. So yeah, decent signing for sure. I don't think Leeds were ever there, but Leeds United transfer fee agreement claim emerges on Everton defender Ben Godfrey. So this has come from Leeds United Live from Baron Cross. Let's see what Baron's had to say. I've not seen the article in question. Yeah, listen, by all accounts, very, very good player. Very good player. But yeah, welcome to the newcomers, exactly. Right, let's have a look at this article, which has been taken from Leeds United Live. So this is what Baron Cross had to say. Leeds United Live reported on 29th, which was today, of course, that the unsuccessful pursuit of Daki Hashioka, who's on his way to Luton, shows that the Whites are active. This is the point I'm trying to say. People saying that Leeds aren't going to make move, that Farke don't want players. They tried to sign one less than 24 hours ago. Come on now. Godfrey, a defender who's fallen down the pecking order at Goodison Park, remains to be an option and Leeds, but it's down to the clubs reaching common ground ahead of the deadline. So that one, again, what I would say now from a Leeds United perspective, having seen what Graham Smith's put in his article, the three names that we need to be looking at, that we know has a resemblance of validity, for me, is Charlie Taylor, Connor Roberts and Ben Godfrey. I think Ben Godfrey may be too difficult for a deal to do. Sounds like Charlie's still well involved, and to be honest, up until recently, he was in my fantasy team because he was cheap and he was doing bits. So there's that. But Connor Roberts, surely, you know, and you've got the centre back now who can play left back, so maybe that does free someone up because Charlie his contract does end at the end of the year as well. So one to think of. And listen, I think Farke will be happy with his lot at the top end. So therefore, it's a case of, right, we genuinely need fullbacks. And this is the point when people are saying, you know, Leeds don't want players, Farke doesn't want players. It's not true because they tried to fucking sign one less than 24 hours ago. You know what I mean? So like, you know, Graham Smith told us in his article that there will be business done. they believe with inside the club, and those that are on the outside of the club believe that it could be done. And then also, you know, putting 2 and 2 together tells you the fact that we tried to sign the Japanese right back. It remains to be. It shows that the club's reaching. Where's it say? It shows that the Whites are active in the final days of the window. Yeah. Cross went on to right back. Hashioka was near the top of the club's wanted list until this weekend. The injury raised a question mark for the Whites, and the right back is now expected to join Luton Town. Now, just on this, I believe, or read that Leeds United switched it up to a loan due to this, as opposed to a perm. Maybe. I don't know if that. I don't know where I read that. Maybe it came from a mad source, but I remember seeing that. So Hashioka may not be arriving, but the pursuit of him was an important show of intent from Leeds, who are active in the market. Again, this is why people are saying we're not signing anyone. How can we be? Had Luton not come in, we'd have had a right back, people. So we are trying to sign people. It goes on to say Everton's Ben Godfrey remains of interest, but the two clubs are yet to meet in the middle of the numbers, which again tells me conversations are being had. Closer we get to the window, the more confident, obviously, in Farker's or the 49ers' eyes, this is how they're playing the window, and it's risk it for a chocolate biscuit. You know, they'll hope that one of them land. You know, they'll hope that one of them land. But that's the risk you have to take. Will it pull off? Well, only time will tell. So there you go. Godfrey was blooded as centre back. Again, Godfrey had played in DM whilst on. I think he was at York. Was it when he come through? I know he's a York lad. Also, can play right back or left back. You know, we don't need to get angry about it. Frustration, yes. No swearing and all that. He's not going to start for us. He was a different profile, a winger. You know, good. Would have been an option, but not one that's going to be the difference for us anyway. It could be the difference for Southampton, but we are in a position where we can just take players to stop them strengthening. They need a right winger. He can play on the right. He's a good player. Leeds United don't really need one. Be nice to have because it's a different profile. But it was a nice to have, not a necessity. And unfortunately, we're in a place where an FFP and profit and sustainability prevents this. It means you buy players that you need, not stockpile them. That's why I'm actually enjoying, if I'm being honest, the state of play in the Premier League on that, because it means people can't just be going around stockpiling players willy-nilly. You know what I mean? Like it's like, you know, we've got loads of money, so we're going to do what we want kind of vibe. You cannot do that anymore, and I'm here for it. Do you know what I mean? Just having a look now, what else he said. No, I didn't really say much else in that article, but it is like a case of saying, you know, at the end of the day, Leeds United tried to sign a player. They want him. It also says that Leeds need to meet in the middle with Everton over Godfrey. Now, what's clear is, if you remember, there was a lot of interest in Godfrey from abroad. Nothing's come of that as of yet. Genuinely nothing's come of that as of yet on the continent, if you like. You know, nothing's come of it. So, you know, if you're in America and it's what is it 1 a.m. now? Is it 1 a.m. in America? Is it? I don't know. Ash, if you're watching, because he's just texted me, I'm not getting nervous, no, bro. I'm trying to find a video to redirect this to, and Staffy TV's put one up, but I don't know if, because it says 1 a.m. But I don't know if that's his time, my time. 6:32 p.m. Scheduled. Scheduled January 29th, 8 p.m. Sorry about this, folks. Staff is scheduled January 30th, 1 a.m. Yeah, so that's for later. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll redirect it for Football Corner, which starts at that's start, but we'll still send him over. I want you to go on over and do me a raid, do me a solid for the fellow content creators. He should be back for Bristol. Should be back for Bristol. But we'll find out on Thursday, right? Wednesday. I think the presser will be Wednesday with us playing Friday. I think it might well be Wednesday with us playing Friday. So we'll have to wait and see. But that's sort of it right now, right? So 600 people watching, by the way. If you haven't already, smash a like on the video. Now, what I will say is Leeds United, as I've said and maintained for a while, I think we get two. I think we get a right back and a left back, right? Because Shackleton's not good enough to be starting. Yeah? Shackleton's not good enough to be starting for me. Okay? So I would like to see a right back come in just in case Archie breaks down again. Yeah? And what it also does is mean Archie can play in midfield, you know, instead of Kamara. Because I think Gruyev and Ampadu is a little bit, it's not got enough creation in it, maybe, for me. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, almost too similar, the two players. Very similar profile. So, and the left-back situation, the problem is with that is, yeah, listen, if you could guarantee me Byram and Firpo could, you know, tag team in for the rest of the window, I'm happy. I'm happy. But there's no guarantees of that. And we know that if the window shuts on Thursday, when we play Friday, yeah, when we play Friday, then you know, probably get injured and then we'll be way up shit creek. Check this out, Mark. This was mistaken identity, by the way. I had to go up Mark for something he didn't say, and it was for someone else. And I told him he's in the wrong spot and he needs to look at equestrian. Great, mate. That's great. He said, I've had a look at equestrian lessons you suggested. Bit expensive. Love that, mate. Love that. Big up to you. Yeah, sorry for the mistaken identity. Oh. Anthony Burke, if you're watching, big up, my guy. He says you have a habit of getting it wrong on your YouTube, so I guess you are keeping up the tradition on here. I mean, I think I get it right because he said that Farker's sleepwalking us to the playoffs. A little bit. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh. Right, okay, let's have a look. I think this guy's chasing his tail, and I've come to the conclusion that Sasha Pavuleri actually chats beans a little bit because he's changed his opinion and changed his flex on the right back deal for the Japan international, and he's sort of doing that now that Brooks is going to Southampton. But let's see what he's had to say. Bear with us, okay? So he says Manuel Benson won't go Southampton. Well, they've just bought Brooks, so clearly not. Whereas Burnley and Saints were back in talk since Friday, and the conversation became closer to a deal. Claret suddenly asked first to make a deal with no option to buy, and at the end proposed an option to buy. What? No option to buy, and at the end proposed an option to buy. Does that make sense? So initially it was a no option, and then we said, right, you've got an option. Why would that change it, though? Does it mean obligation? Because if it was an option, it's an option for a reason. He said Southampton have found the request outrageous, left the negotiating table, and finally opted for Brooks. I think he's chatting beans, people. Fab tweet, quick. Is that what he said? Fab tweet, quick. What's the fab tweet? Fab, what you doing? What you doing to me? Oh, there you go. There you go. See, we're trying to sign players. Chris Mepham, people. Bournemouth have turned down 2 approaches from Leeds and Sheffield United for Chris Mepham. Both clubs inquired about Bournemouth have rejected as he's important for them in the final running and will not leave the club. So again, Vic, you know, we're active. Thank you, Alfie. This is what I keep telling people, to be calmer, because we are active. So in the space of 24 hours, right, it has just transpired, even though people will tell you Farker don't want players, by the way. Yeah. Right? He don't want players. But we tried to sign a right back, and have also tried to get Chris Mepham in. You know, we tried to do this. We've tried to get deals done, man. You know, we clearly have tried to do it. Yeah. Everyone knows they don't, Kiran. The chat don't. Twitter don't. You know what I mean? We tried to get deals done. And unfortunately, you know, for what? Well, ultimately, Chris Mepham was up for the move. But it's Bournemouth who said no this time. You know what I mean? Both clubs inquired, but Bournemouth have rejected, as is important for them in the final running and will not leave the club. Again, we find ourselves. Ash says, just say I was right. What for? I don't know what he's on about. Sorry, he's just messaging me. He says, say I'm right or something. I don't know what he's on about. Yeah, so we tried to. No, I disagree, Kiran. Who's telling you they're 8 for 9 choice? Who's saying we are? Who's told you? This is what I mean. People make things up. That's making things up. You know what I mean? That's making things up. Sean, we're only getting one of the 3 of them, unfortunately. I think my thing is, right, what we've seen is Leeds want a centre-back, Leeds want a right-back, Leeds want a left-back. You know, I think we will, Vic. You know, and the information that I was told the other day, and again, I'm not professing to be ITK. I was just told this, hence why the dominoes falling and all this sort of stuff, and potentially we could be looking at a Burnley centre-back as well as, or maybe Taylor Roberts, whatever, that Leeds United had inquired about 3 centre-backs. Who they were, I do not know. This is what I was told. Again, take it with a pinch of salt. But we knew a couple of weeks ago, though, right, about Mepham. Maybe that's old information and he's just been told it. I don't know. But we knew about it and it did go quiet. And we spoke about Sheffield United potentially being interested at some point as well, didn't we? We did that just a couple of weeks ago. So it may be Fab getting old information. But, you know, yeah. So we know now, right? At least people can relax a little bit and be calm and know that we are being active, which I've said, you know, and people are saying the hysteria is mental, that we won't sign anyone at all. Yeah. And then, like, Ash, I don't know if you're watching, seems that we get, like, do you genuinely, is that the next rhetoric? Is that going to be the next agenda that Leeds are going for players they know they can't sign? Please don't do this, because it's just mental. It's like we went to sign the right backs, we knew we'd go to Luton. We went to sign, you know, centre back we knew we wouldn't get to keep up appearances. Do you think they give a shit what us fans think? Do you think the 49ers care that I'm sat on here? Do you know what I mean? It's mad, man. It's mad. Like, they will get business done, and I still stand by my point that we get 2 in. That we get 2 in. I still stand by that, and I still believe that. And the club is still active. You know, we've tried to get Hashioka in. We've tried to get Mepham in. We've tried for other players as well. Thank you very much, Juki. Brooks to Southampton is a done deal, but I genuinely don't feel that we were in for Benson, and Nonto's not going anywhere. He's going to sign a new deal. Sorry, I'm just clicking left, right, and centre here. So why? Why can you not see any signing? Tell me why. Give me a reasoning why. Please, like, give me a reason why. Got such a poorly nose. I need one of them gum shields for my sleep as well, because my nose is just drying out. No, mate, it's Gary Kelly. Gary Speed. Sorry. Gary Speed. I'll show you. Hang on. That way. There you go. All right, isn't it? Yeah, this is the reason, isn't it? Right. So I'm still waiting, Dilip. Please tell me why you can't see any signings. What's happened? Is it because we haven't done any yet? That doesn't necessarily mean anything, does it? I'm just going to jump onto YouTube as well because I did put a poll in. You probably all think I'm batshit crazy over my. Yeah, hit the likes if you haven't already. Well, that's just wild because they don't know anything. Dilip's not there. I don't know. He hasn't responded to me. 623 watching. If you haven't already, smash a like on the video for me. 52% agree with me that maybe Burnley signing Estevez could mean we land Roberts or Taylor. Again, that's just intuition. Right, so far though. But Dilip, if you go back over history, check historical data, the majority of dealings in any window get done at the death, get done at the final days. We're in that now. We're in that. And look, why? Because Luton beat us to a player, do you now think that Leeds are going to go, we don't need anyone now? They're clearly looking for that profile. They're looking for a right back. Players are out there. We tried to get a centre back. The club have said no. And again, this is what the club are waiting for dominoes to fall, right? Like, because who knows, right? This is how quick it changes. This is why I'm relaxed up to now, because we had a right back yesterday morning. By lunchtime, we didn't have a right back. Look how quick that changed, right? Now, at the minute, Bournemouth have said to Sheffield United and to Leeds United, Mepham is not available. However, remember we signed Rafinha, by the way. However, because Deco called Orta and said Rafinha's available, and we got it done on January, on the last day. So take solace in that's how quick these things change. Yeah. Let's not forget when deadline day was a spectacle on Sky Sports News. And it still is, but nowhere near what it used to be like when people were getting dildos shoved in their ear and that. But Odom Wingy, for example, just jumping in his car. Ross McCormack going on and telling me he wanted to leave when Brian McDermott got sacked and Chelino got chased out by a taxi. It's not like it was, because I think Twitter's changed that, because Sky Sports was the place to go, whereas we, to be honest, fans know sometimes more before fucking Sky Sports do these days. But my point is, it can change at the drop of a hat. So, and we should know that with the Rafinha deal, because Deco calls Orta and says Rafinha's available, right? Now, what happens if Bournemouth get contacted by someone and say, do you know what, Iriola, do you want this centre-back? And Bournemouth go, yeah, we'll take him. At which point they then contact Leeds United and say, Mepham's now on the table for you. Do you still want him? Now, again, you know, this is just us just riffing here, but that could happen. Do you know what I mean? Why we leave it so late, I don't understand, because that's what clubs do, because it's easier and more. Listen, everyone would want to get the deals done early, but we have to remember that when you go to clubs, then at that time they've said no, because they're wanting players in as well. Do you see what I'm saying? Like with the Brooks thing, with the David Brooks thing, he was told no, Bournemouth, no, and at the end of the day they've given in to his demands because he wants to go get game time. He wants to go get game time. There's all these different factors, do you know? So yeah, like Andy says, most January transfers are outside the Premier on deadline day. So this is the point we have to remember. You know, at the end of the day, anything. Yeah, big up early doors football TV. Thank you. Anything can happen. That means Leeds United get a player out of the blue. You know, so we just have to wait. We have to be patient, and we move. Love that, Nick G. He's bang on. If deadline day was 24 hours long, business will be done at midnight. If it was 6 months long, it'd still be done at midnight on the final day. You know? You're just making that up, though. You're genuinely making that up. You only know about Leeds United transfers. Whose other transfers do you know that are easy? That you're aware of? Every fan base is like this, by the way. We just don't see it because we're Leeds fans and we only focusing at Leeds. But I could guarantee if I went on Southampton content creators, they'll have been raging. Why aren't we getting Benson? Why aren't we getting Brooks? Leeds are going to beat us to this player and all that. This isn't exclusive to us, believe me. I watch a lot of content. I watch a lot of fan content, a lot, and because I prefer it because it's genuine. Do you know what I mean? It's coming from people that watch it week in, week out, and it's more real. It's just I prefer that. Do you know what I mean? So they're all doing it. Arsenal fans are doing it. City fans are doing it. Any fan, everyone's the same. So it's not a case of like just exclusive that Leeds are shit at doing deals and everyone else is amazing. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's mad, but we move. Right, I think that's it. Now, of course, I'll be sat here. I haven't moved. Had dinner, walked dogs, been on phone and all that sort of stuff. So I'll be here. If anything else happens, I will be live. Even if it's fucking midnight, don't worry about it. Late night Leeds, we're here. Yeah, I'm locked in. I'm loaded during this transfer window. So please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Get your comments in, hit that notification bell. Do me a favor as well, okay? I put a redirect on. For the next content creator I want you to go see. This is something that I need to do, and I need you, the chat, folks, to remind me that I need to put a redirect on in future. But we're going to be going over, right, to the football corner. Now, the football corner are currently discussing transfers at Arsenal. So what I want you to go and see is that. Now, don't let me down. I understand if you're busy, but if you can go on over and just put Just Joe Raid, even if you do that and then split, if you want to stay. Don't let me down because I'm going to go on over and check that you're all there, by the way. Yeah, because I'm going to be in the chat as well saying, yes, we are here. So the raid is already set. Okay. So when this finishes, you're going to be going over to the football corner, and in the comments there, I want you to say Just Joe Raid. And I'll be back probably tonight because I feel that something might happen. You don't have to do that, Andy. You don't have to do it. That's to say. But some, if you can, like I say, you don't have to, but it'd be great if you can because I'll be over there as well. So we're going on over. Big up to Tashana, 204 members now. Love for the love and all that jazz. Thank you for watching. We will be back. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and don't forget to put this Just Joe Raid. Peace out now, folks. I'll see you in that chat in a sec. Boom.